Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and bring you the best in Sudoku and show you the fun that can be had in the world of variant Sudoku. And why do I say the best in Sudoku? Because this is Stealing from the Best by Frapp. And apparently it's called Stealing from the Best because this puzzle was inspired by Riff Clown. And if Riff Clown isn't one of the best, tell me who is, because Riff Clown sets amazing puzzles. And this is Frapp trying to borrow some ideas he learned from Riff Clown. And Riff Clown is just one of the best. That's just the way it works. In fact, I'm going to go look for a Riff Clown puzzle to do after this one. So yes, what else is going on the channel? Of course, we've just released Slice Sudoku. Is this the best thing since Slice Sudoku? This is the best thing since Slice Sudoku. And yeah, it's, of course, yeah, Slice Sudoku. It's our sandwich Sudoku pack with 29 puzzles by many creators. Frapp is one of them. Riff Clown was unable to contribute, but did test a lot of puzzles, so really did help. Yeah, just some amazing puzzles in Slice Sudoku. There'll be a link below to where you can download the pack, and starting very soon, the solve videos for the pack will start being released in my earlier time slot. That's been a lot of work to put together, and there have been a few delays caused by me having many health issues. But it's all coming together and now is coming to you. So that pack is out. You download it and have fun with it. But now I want to get onto this puzzle, because if this is inspired by Riff Clown, I think it's going to be amazing, because Frapp is a great setter. I mean, Frapp is just an amazing setter. And if this puzzle is dedicated to ideas he learned from Riff, I'm really looking forward to this one. So let's get into it. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, we need to put the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. Renban, digits placed on purple lines, so these are purple, must be a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So for example, on this line, if we were to put a 1 on the line, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we couldn't repeat digits. So we couldn't, for example, make both of those 1 and then make this 2, 3, because you can't repeat digits on one of these lines. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4 by going 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be fine, because 1, 2, 3, 4, if you took the digits off and sorted them, it would be fine. We could swap the positions of the 2 and the 3. This could be the 2 and this could be the 3. This is fine. It doesn't matter about the order. We could make it 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be fine. We could make it 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be fine. I'm not talking about Sudoku. I'm just talking about the line at the moment. That would be fine. We couldn't make it 4, 5, 6, 8. That wouldn't be fine, because this, if you took the digits off and sorted them, would not be a run of digits. That's how Renbans work. What else do we have? We have German whispers. Adjacent digits on a green line must have a difference of at least 5. So those two digits, because they're directly connected by a green line, must have a difference of at least 5. Those two digits must have a difference of at least 5. Those two digits, and the same on any two cells directly connected by a green line, must have a difference of at least 5. And then we've got sum lines. Region borders split blue lines into sections. So the region borders, this is region 2, often known as box 2. This is region 3. So this is region 6 and this is region 2. So this is split by region borders. So this is different to this. So this line has been split by the region border, not cell borders, region borders. And there's digits in those sections must sum to the same value. So for example, this line is split between that. This is a split along a thicker line. So this has the same sum as those two. And this has the same sum as those two, because these have been split by region borders. Different lines may have different totals. So for example, this line, the sum of this section, and this section, which must be the same, may be different to the sum of this section, and this section. That's all of the rules, and we've got some given digits. I love given digits. I'm really starting to fall in love with given digits. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So what can we start with? Well, we can start with the fact that we know that those digits are the same, and we know that these digits are the same. I'm going to use, we've got green, purple, and blue in the puzzle, so I'm going to use orange. Okay. So we know those digits are the same, because this is a single cell region and this is a single cell on the line in the region, and this is a single cell line in the region. This one, wow, okay. can these be high? If these can't be high. These must be low digits. Okay, let's talk about some German Whisper properties. First of all, I'm going to use this German Whisper to do it. Can I ever put 5 anywhere on a German Whisper line? No, because the adjacent digit must have a difference of at least 5, which means adding 5 or more or subtracting 5 or more. If I add 5 or more to a 5, this would have to be 10 or higher. If I subtract 5 or more, this would have to be 0 or lower. Not possible. So every digit is going to exist in a state of below 5 or above 5. If this is below 5, I cannot put a digit that is below 5 next to it because the maximum difference is 3. So it would have to go to next to a digit above 5. But any digit that is above 5 cannot go next to a digit above 5 because the maximum digit is 3. So you'd have to put next to a digit that is below 5, which cannot go next to a digit that is below 5, so it has to go above 5. And you're always alternating along these lines. So you're always going from below 5 to above 5, from below 5 to above 5. So as we go along this, we know that this is going to be either below or above. So we're going to go high, low, high, low. If this is low, this is high, this is low, this is high. So these are the same. And alternate, if this is high, this is low, this is high, this is low. So these are the same because you alternate along. So A, B, A, B. These are both B or A, whichever one you want to call it, but these are the same. And they can't be low. Because if these, can't be high, because if these were high, 7 and 8 is not available. So these would have to be 6 and 9. But I can't put 6 in either of those cells. Because if I was to put a 6 here, what would those be? Well, you can't add 5 to 6 because you end up at 11 or higher. So I'd have to subtract. And the only digit I get if I subtract 5 or more, which is a Sudoku digit, is 1. And both of those would have to be 1. And the same is true if this is a 6. Both of those would have to be 1. So these cannot be high digits. This is broken. These have to be low digits, and they're 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I cannot put 4 in either of those because the only digit that is 5 away from 4 is 9. So these are from 1, 2, 3. And these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. This one cannot be an 8, so this is 6, 7, or 9. Fine. This can't be a 6. If this is a 6, both of those would have to be a 1. So there's no 6 in those. This is a 7, 9 pair. This can't be a 6. So this, or an 8, this is a 7, 9 pair. Excellent. And the yellow isn't indicating high, it's indicating that these two digits are the same. That's very, very cool. So there's a 7 or a 9 on this line. If there's an 8 on, if there's a 9 on this line, this is an 8. I was actually looking at this line now because I can never put 8 on this line. And I can never put 7 on this line because 8 sees all of those cells. And there's a 7, 9 pair here and a 7 here. So there's no 7 on this line. So this is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. And that 6 means there's no 6 in any of those. There must be a 6 on this line. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 6 isn't there. And that cell sees the whole line, and there must be a 3 on it. So there's no 3 there. In fact, one of these is a 7, so I could never... one of those is a 7, so I can't put a 3 there either. This is a 1, 2, because one of these must be a 7, and whichever one is a 7 means I couldn't have put a 3 here. Right. But now there is a 6 up here. Could I make that 6? Yeah, this could be 1, 2, or 3. No problem. Can these be high? They'd be 7, 9. This would then be low. It'd be 1, 2, or 3. No, it'd have to be 3. If these were 7, 9, this would be 3. Because if these were high, they'd have to be 7, 9. So let me see if I can do this in my head, but I want to try and explain it to you as well. If these were high, they'd have to be 7, 9. That would force these to... Oh, and that doesn't work. If these are 7, 9, what would that be? These have to be low, because if these are high, these are 7, 9. These are forced to be 1, 2. And if I put a 1, 2 here, these would have to sum to 1 or 2. These can't be high. These are low. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't be 4, because if one of these is 4, both of those would have to be 9. These are 1, 2, 3. Right. So these are 7, 8, 9. So this is 7, 8, 9. I can't put 6 on this Renban. So this has to all be below 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it must contain 2, 3, and 4, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5, because I can't make it all above 6, because 7, 8, 9, broken. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5, and it must contain 2, 3, and 4. So this digit cannot be a 2 or a 3, because if this digit was a 2 or a 3, if this was a 2, this wouldn't have a 2 on it, and it would all have to be from 3, 4, 5. If this was a 3, I'd have the same problem. 1, 2, 4, 5 does not work. So this is a 1, this is not a 1, and that does nothing here. But it means there's no 1. That cell sees this whole Renban, and this Renban doesn't have a 1 on it. Oh, this is beautiful. So there is a 2 in here, and there's a 2 in here. So I can't put 2 in any of these cells. That's a bit weird. So that digit is in one of those 2. That digit is in one of those 2. I need to figure something out about these. This line, what pressure is this under? This is 7, 8, 9. So this line must have a 6 on it, and it can't go in. Yeah, because 9, 8, 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, there must be a 6 on this line. So this must be the 6, which means this isn't the 6. Now, can I make this all, if I made this all high, 9, 8, 7, 6, this would have to be a high digit. How does this line work? It does put 6 in one of those 2. Or is it this one? Can these be 8, 9? See, 8, 9 is not that restricted. Can those be high now? They'd be from 7, 8, 9. Which would make this a 7, 8, 9 triple. Which I think breaks. No, it doesn't break, but this would have to be the 7. So this would be 8, 9, and this would be 7. Because this would have to be 9. Because if I put 9 on here, and this was, if this was 9 and this was 7, 8, I couldn't put an 8 on this line because I couldn't put an 8 in any of those cells. The only place I can put, if this is 9, I have to put 8 here. And then what are these as high digits? 9, 8, these would both have to be 7 if these are high. So that wouldn't work. So this would be 7, these would be 8, 9, and these would all be 7, which would put 7 in the middle of the grid. But I don't think that breaks. So if these are high, that's a 9. That's an 8. Wait a minute, that does break. These can't be high. If these were high, if these are high, these are from 7, 8, 9. But if there was a 9, sorry, yeah. Yeah, no, this would have to be a 7. If these are high, this would have to be a 7. But didn't I just say this had to be a 9? No, this has to be a, if these are high, this has to be a 7 because we have to do, yeah, and these are both 7, right? What happens if these are high? What are they? Well, they're 7, 9, and this would be a 7, 9 pair. Because I can't put 6 in either of those because a 6 here means 2 1s. So this would be 7, 9. So this would be a 7-9 pair. And again, this would be 7. Because if this is a 7-9 pair and this is a 9, where do I put the 7 on this line? Because this has to be the 8 and there's nowhere to put the 7. Because this would be, if this was 9 and this is 7, 9, 8, and there's nowhere to put 7 on this line. This is always 7. That's crazy. So there must be a 6 on this line. There must be a 6 on this line. Can that now be a 7? This sums to 7. There's no 7 on this line now. And there's no 6 on this line. So either we've got 8, 9 here or 8, 9 here. If this is 8, 9, these are 7. If this is 8, 9. So hang on, what's happening with high digits here now? If these are high digits, we've got 9, 7. Which would make both of those 8. And if these are high digits, they're 8, 9, which would make both of those 7. This can never be 9 now. I must put a 9 on this line. Because if these are the high digits, they're not 7, they're 8, 9. And if these are the high digits, they're 7, 9. So there must be a 9 here or here, which means these cannot be 9. So 8, could possibly put 9 here and here. So this could still have a 9 on it. But I must have a 7 on this line. There must be a 7 on this line, because if this is a 7, there's a 7 on this line, and if there's an 8, there must be a 7 on this line. There's a 7 in one of those two cells, because I can't put it in either of those because of that 7. So now 7, if those were high, they're 8, 9, and if those are high, they're 7, 9. I don't understand. 8 is in one of these two by Sudoku. Does that do anything? Well, it puts 8 up here. I'm so confused. These are 8. There must be a 6 on this. These, if these are high, they're 8, 9. And then these would have to be like 6, 5. This can't be an 8 because this line sums to 7. This is 6, 1, 3, 4, or 2, 5. That can't be a 2. I'm so confused. It is something to do with this line. Maybe I just need to put all the options in. If these are high, they're 8, 9. These would be 7. But these would then just be 1, 2, 3. Those would be the case. If these are high, they're 7, 9. There's always a 9 in here. There's always a 9 in here. There's 7, 9. And these would be from 1, 2 because they'd be next to a 7. That would be a 7. So these would have to be from 1, 2. If those are 1, 2, what happens down here? No, that still works. But these are the only possibilities in here. If this is 8, 9, that's an 8, and I have to put 8 down here. But this has to... I've either... I'm lost. If this is 7, 9, these are both 8. Then that would be 7. Oh, wait. If this is 7, 9... 8, 8, 7, and that works. 8 and 7's in one of those two. I am quite confuzzled. I am quite confuzzled. So is it this line? Can these be 8, 9? This line would then have to go down. Well, 9's not in any of those or either of those or there. 9 is in one of those. If this is 8, 9, can these be high? Can these be 8, 9? We're playing with really high digits. And these are middling, so they can go down. Is it the sum of those? Like, I can't put anything higher than 7 on. Oh, I can't put a 7 on this. This is from 1 through 6. This is 1 through 6. How would I do 7 here? I couldn't do 1, 6. I could do 2, 5. I could do 3, 4. I don't know. That digit's in one of those two. But it could be 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 down here. That does work. Seven, 7. That's a 7 by Sudoku. I missed my Sudoku. 7 and 7. Where's 7 in this box? It's not in any of those. That's a 7, which means this isn't a 7. This isn't a 9. These are 1, 2, 3. And that has to be an 8, 9 pair. Looking down, making both of those 7. That's what I missed. So those were all the same. And now I can do more Sudoku on 7s because I can't put 7 in any of those. That's a 7. Right. That's going to do some work. You hear me, puzzle? That's going to do some work. So this isn't an 8 anymore. This is an 8, and therefore this is a 6. Therefore this is a 1, which does make this a 1 by Sudoku, making that a 2 by Sudoku. There's no 2 there. That's what I missed. I missed the Sudoku on 7s. That's okay. I'm cool with this. 2 is in here. So 2 must be in here and in here. So 2 is down here. Where's 8? This is an 8. This must be an 8. And this can't be a 3 because 3 is only 4 away from 7. That's a 2, which takes 2 out of there, putting 2 in one of those two. That works. That makes sense. I can take the 9 out of there, but any of these are possible. How do I make this 7? It's not 1, 6. It could be 2, 5 in that order or 3, 4 in either order. Now, 7, 6. Can I put an 8 on this line? Yes. Can I put a 9 on this line? Only there. No, actually, this I can't put a 9 on this line. Otherwise, this would have to be the 8 and the 9. So that doesn't work. So there must be a 5 on this line. So this could be 8, 5, or 4 only. Because it could go 4, 5, 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't go 6, 7, 8, 9, and I can't go lower than that because 7, 6, 5, 4 is as low as I can go. So they're the only possibilities. Oh, and I can't put an 8 there. So this is a 4, 5. So 1, and where's 1 in this column? 1 in this column must be there, so this is not the 1. Whew. 7 in this column is in one of those two. 9 in this column, I don't know. So what, I still need a 6, or where's 6 on this Renban? Because I have to put a 6 on the Renban, because 9, 8, 7, 6 is the worst I do. And if I just go down from 7, I need a 6. So this needs to be the 6. Now, if I put an 8 on this Renban, it's there. And I can't put an 8 on the Renban because there's no place to put an 8 now. So this is 7, 6. These are 4 and 5 because it has to be 4, 5, 6, 7. I know the order. This is 4 and 5. So these, well, 6, 7, oh, these still could be 8, 9, I think. What, can I lock this in? Well, where's 8 in this column? 8 is on this line. But that's, well, 9 is in one of those two. Can I lock it to there? Can this be 8, 9? If this is 8, 9, these would be 2 and 3. Well, this is from 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm not quite seeing it. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, and 6. So there's no 2 there. There's something going on here that I've completely oblivious to. If these are high, these are 8, 9. And I still can't lock in the order. These would be low and would be 2, 3. That's fine. If these are high, they're 8, 9. And these would be 1, 2, 3. And that seems okay as well. 7. Oh, 7's right here. I need to put a 5 in one of those two. Whew. 7, keep doing Sudoku on 7s, BremSter. There's a 7 in the corner. And that's all of the 7s done. What other digit can I do Sudoku on? Theoretically, I could do Sudoku on all of them. 8 is in one of those 3. 8 is in one of those 3. This isn't a 6, so I've got a 2, 3 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 4 and 9. Can I do anything down here? There's no 5 here. There's no 6 here. I've got to be able to do something down here. I've got to have a 4 or a 5 on this line. Because if I don't, then this becomes 2, 3, and that doesn't sum to 7. So there must be a 4 or a 5 on this line, and there's a 4, 5 there. So this can't be a 4 or a 5. This is a 2 or a 3. And that 2, 3 has to exist somewhere on this Renban. Well, the 2 is pointing across. That's the 3. So this isn't 3, 4. There's no 3, 4 there. There's no 3, 4 there. This is 5 and 2, which means this is 4. And now I need a 5 on this line, which takes 5 out of there. But I also take 3 out of all of those. But there needs to be a 3 on this line, which is there, which makes this the 2, this the 3. There's no 3 in either of those. This is a 2, 4, 5 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 and 9. No, not 8. Don't type wrong. 3 and 9 go into those. Okay, so these are 1, 2, 3, 2 and 4 by row logic. So I can take 4 out of all of those. This becomes 3, 5, 6, and that becomes the 4. Looking at making that the 9 and that the 4. That's beautiful. And these, well, there's no 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 4 and 9. and the 4 is looking down, making that the 9 and that the 4. And that solves it because I've now got 3 high digits in the column. So those can't be high. This has to be the high digit, which is the 8. This is the low digit, which is the 9. And sorry, this is, high. This is the high digit, which is 9. And these are low digits, which have to be 2 and 3 because that's all that's missing from the column. Stunning. These are just a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, 9. There's no 5 there. Okay. I've pretty much got the lines locked in. So now it's just Sudoku. There's no 4 there because of the 4 looking down. This is really good stuff. I think Riff Clown would have been proud to have set this puzzle. So in this column, it is 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is 3, 5, or 6. So this is 3 or 6, and it's right. It's either 5 or 6. So this is the 3, taking 3 out of there. So this is 5 or 6, and the 6 is making this the 5, this the 6, which makes this the 3, and this the 5. Great. The 5 looks across saying that's not the 5. I've now got a 1, 9 pair, making that the 5. The 2 is looking across, making that the 3, and that the 2. 2 and 2 means 2 has to go in one of those, so that's the 2. Looking at making that the 4 and that the 2. Let's put this triple in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 4, and 8. But that 4 sees that one, and that 4 sees that one. So this is the 4, and can I resolve the 1, 8? Probably, but I can't. This 2, though, is looking down, making that the 4, so that's the 5, and that's the 2. So what are we missing in this column? 1, 6, and 8. Well, I can't put 6 there, so this is the 6, and this is a 1, 8. So there's no 6 here. So in this box, it's 1, 3, and 8, and there's no 3 there. So this is the 3, and this is a 1, 8. So in this row, it's 1, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 1, 8, 9. So this is 1, 8, 9. That's not resolved. But in this row, it's also 1, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these are also 1, 8, 9. And there's no 8 there. That means 8 is in one of those two. But this is now 3, 4. And the 3 is looking down, making that the 4 and that the 3. Oh, this 9 made this 1, which makes that 9, which takes 9 out of there. Okay. That didn't do as much as I thought. Okay. So we've got the 3 looks up, making that the 9, which makes that the 3. The 9 looks down, making that the 1, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 9. The 8 looks across, making that the 1, which makes that the 8. The 1 looks up, making that the 8 and that the 1. The 8 looks across, making that the 9 and that the 8. I still don't have the 2, 6 resolved, but I will soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 5. So this triple, well, let's just look at this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9. So these are 1 and 6. And this 1 makes that the 6 and that the 1, and the 6 makes that the 2 and that the 6, and that is how you solve stealing from the best. So I stole the puzzle from Frapp. Actually, he submitted it. My submission guidelines are below, and he stole concepts from Riff Clown, and yeah, that puzzle is genius. Love it, love it, love it. It's also pretty. So, you know, winner. Really cool puzzle, Frapp. Thank you very much. I'm not sure what else to call out at this point, except go check out this puzzle. This is the best thing since Slice Sudoku, but that means Slice Sudoku is really good. You should go check it out. I'm probably going to use that pun a lot. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything. And as always, good luck with your solving.